A very good morning to you all, my dear children. Hope you all are fine. Children, we have completed all the chapters or all the portions for third midterm, isn't it? So, what I want to tell you is that children, go through each and every chapter and practice a lot, because now grammar need practice, isn't it? So for language you have to practice a lot. And children, today we are going to start the revision. From today onwards we are going to start our revision. And I'm taking the chapter 21, that is the past. Okay, it's the revision. We are going to start with this chapter. Okay, clear, children? So let us start the topic or the chapter, the past tense. And I know you all know very well about the tenses, all the tenses and their usages just brush up those rules and or structures used for the tenses. Okay, so let us start the chapter, or let us start the revision. So first of all, what is tense? Children, tense is a change of form in a verb to express the time of an action. Okay, clear? It's a change in the form of a verb. So based on time frame, tenses can be categorized into present, past and future. Present tense, past tense and future tense. Then based on the aspects, that means how we can describe based on the aspects, So based on aspects, they can be simple, continuous or progressive, perfect, continuous. Now, what do you mean by past tense? First of all, we are taking past tense. Okay, so this chapter we are going to do the revision of past tense. So past tense refers to a verb tense that expresses actions or states in the past, or it is a verb form that shows action that has already taken place. Okay, the action that has or event that has already taken place. So first, one different types of past tense are there, like already I told you that here you can see simple, continuous, based on the aspects. So simple, continuous, perfect or perfect continuous. So past tense, first of all we are taking simple past or past simple. Simple past tense describes action and states that began and ended at a specific time in the past. Okay, so it means that it has started, action has started and it has ended at a particular time. So you can see here, an example is given. She read the book last Sunday. So here you can see the action has already started and it has already completed in the past. Okay, so action started and action finished in the past itself. Clear? So action started and action completed in the past itself. Clear, children? Here some examples are given. She played volleyball last Saturday. I went to the market. Sarah lived in Lahore for 5 years. So these are the examples of simple past. So what will be the structure if the sentence is affirmative? The structure or the formula is subject plus second form of the verb, that is past form of the verb, and object. Here an example is given. I took tea. I is the subject, took is the second form or past form of the verb take, and then object. Clear? Some more examples are here. It stopped raining. They invited their friends. She walked to the school. They watched a film. Juniors arranged a favor party for the seniors. I wrote a letter. You solved a sum. These all are the examples of simple past. See children, here you can see some past tense time expressions are given. Like here you see yesterday, we use yesterday, last night, last week, 10 minutes ago, 5 days ago, 3 weeks ago, 7 years ago, 4 months ago. So these all are the past tense time expressions. Okay. So examples with time expressions are I worked hard last weekend. I went to the party last July. I went to the beach last Sunday. I bought a pen yesterday. So these are the examples with time expression. Children, I have already told you about this this types of verbs in the past tense. There are two types of verbs in the past tense. What are they? They are regular verbs and irregular verbs. Regular and irregular verbs. Now let us know about what are regular and irregular verbs in past tense. Regular verbs are those whose past tense and past participles are formed by adding a d or ed at the end of the verb. Like to roll is a good example of a regular verb. Roll, rolled, rolled. Okay, so here we are adding ed to the verb roll. So it is regular verb. Here you can see some more examples where we have added d and ed. Here you can see need, needed, post, posted, shout, shout, talk, talked, walk, walked. So move, moved. Here in move and love and close and dance we have added only d because already e is given here. So these are our examples of past verbs in. These are examples of regular verbs. Okay, you can see here talk, talked, laugh, laughed, pull, pulled. Okay, these are watch, watch. These are examples of regular verbs. Then coming up to irregular verbs, these are the verbs that do not follow the simple system of adding d or ed. Okay, so that means the spelling of the verb changes. So some irregular verbs follow patterns such as drink, drank, spring, sprang, know, knew, blow, blew. Okay, so these are the irregular verbs, and in this when we are changing the verbs into past form, and if they are irregular verbs, the form of the spelling of the verb completely changes. So you can see here some more examples are here. Go, went, then do, did, say, said, see, saw. These all you can see the spelling of the verb is totally changed. Okay, here we do not add d or ed. Here you can see eat, ate, drive, drove, make, made, drink, drank. These all are irregular verbs, examples of irregular verbs. Then the structure or formula for negative sentences. Okay, subject plus did not plus first form of the verb plus object. So example is given here. Aisha did not help me. Aisha is the subject, did not, and first form of the verb, that is help, me, the object. Clear? Here are examples of some negative sentences. I did not want to learn English. You did not listen to music. We did not live in Karachi 2 years ago. The dog did not bark often. She did not buy a new dress this weekend for the party. So these are the examples of negative sentences. Now coming up to next one, simple past sentences for structure for interrogative sentences. Okay. So what is the structure? Did plus subject plus first form of the word plus object. So how it will be if we take one example. Did Aisha help me? So you can see here did plus subject plus first form of the word, that is help, and object. Clear, children? Few examples are here. Did he work yesterday? Did she see him last night? Did you go to the supermarket? Did she play football? Did you live in Lahore? Did you want to learn English? So these are examples of interrogative sentences. Next is past continuous tense. Okay, now we are going to do past continuous tense. Past continuous tense is used to express a continued or ongoing action in past. Okay, an ongoing action which has already occurred in the past and completed at some point in the past. For example, you can see here he was laughing. So here you can see the sentence shows that an ongoing action. What is that action? Laughing. Okay. So and it has already occurred in the past. Past continuous tense is also called past progressive tense. See, now what is the structure for past continuous tense if it is a simple sentence? Subject plus was or were plus first form of the verb plus ing plus object. Okay, so if we, here one example is given, Ali was flying kite. So here Ali is the subject, Ali is singular, so we are using was plus first form of the verb plus ing, that is fly is the verb and ing and then object. Clear, children? Now here you can see what are the where we have to use was or where. Okay, if the subject is I, we have to use was. If the subject is you, we, they, we have to use where. And he, she, it, was, we have to use was. Okay, and then plus ing form of the verb. See, here you can see an example. I am watching TV when she called. Children were playing games. She was running when she saw a bear. He was vacuuming the floor when the dog barked. They were having a birthday party last Sunday. See, when we are taking negative sentence for past continuous tense, what will be the structure? Subject plus verb, was or were plus not plus first form of the verb, that is ing form of the verb. You can say first form of the verb plus ing and then object. So here the example is an example is given. Ali was not flying kite. So here Ali is the subject, singular, so was not plus ing form of the verb and then object. Is it clear to you? Here you can see some examples are given for negative sentences. They were not laughing at the joker. They were not laughing at the joker. He was not taking exam last month. You were not waiting for him yesterday. She was not working in a factory. It was not raining yesterday. So these are the examples of negative sentences. And if we are taking an interrogative sentence, what will be the structure or formula? Was or were plus subject plus ing form of the word plus object. That is, here you can see example is here given. Was Ali flying kite? So was subject Ali, ing form of the verb flying, kite. Clear? Some examples of interrogative sentences are here. Was they laughing at the joker? Was he taking exam last month? Were you waiting for him yesterday? Was she working in a factory? Was it raining yesterday? So these are the examples of interrogative sentences. Now next one is past perfect tense. Okay, so what do you mean by past perfect tense? So here you can see past perfect tense, it expresses the idea that something has already occurred. Okay, occurred before another action in the past. So one before another action, one event has already occurred. So it can also show that something happened before a specific time in the past. We can use past perfect tense for the, to completed actions before something in the past. See, here examples are given. She only understood the movie because she had read the book. Another one, I had never seen such a beautiful sunset before I went to Hawaii. We can also use past perfect tense for duration before something in the past. Like It show we can use it to show that something has started in the past and continued up until another action started in the past. Okay, another action in the past. Clear? You can see here example. We had owned our car for 10 years before it finally died. Okay, they had been married for 5 years when they had their first child. So structure for past perfect is had plus verb, that is past participle form of the verb we had to write. So what will be the structure? Subject plus had plus third form of the verb or past participle. Use had for all subjects. Clear? And if you are making negative sentence, use had not plus third form of the verb or past participle of the verb, or hadn't plus third form of the verb. Here example is given. The teacher hadn't finished correcting papers when the students started to arrive. Clear, children? So past perfect is clear to you. So children, our next type of past tense is past perfect continuous tense. Okay, so here all know the structure of past perfect tense, isn't it? Past perfect continuous tense, isn't it? So what is past perfect continuous tense? It indicates a continuous action that was completed at some point in the past, and its structure is, or the formula is, had been plus present participle, that is subject plus had been plus present participle. Okay, so here you can see some examples are given: positive form, interrogative form, and negative form. How you have to write positive form? Example is given: you had been walking there for more than 2 hours when she finally arrived. For interrogative form, had should be placed in the starting. Had you been waiting there for more than 2 hours when she finally arrived? For negative form, you had not been waiting there for more than 2 hours when she finally arrived. Like this, you had to make sentences in positive, interrogative, and negative form. Then, when to use past perfect continuous tense? We use past perfect continuous tense to show that something started in the past and continued up until another time in the past. So here you can see time duration is given here. Okay, so example, they had been talking for over an hour before Tony arrived. She had been working at that company for 3 years when it went out of business. Third one, how long had you been waiting to get on the bus? How long had you been studying Turkish before you moved to Ankara? So these are the examples. Then coming up to second use, we use the past perfect continuous to show that something started in the past and continued up until another action stopped. See here, example is given: we had been playing soccer when the accident occurred. She had been cooking when the phone rang. She had been studying when their friends arrived. I had been walking for a long time when it suddenly began to rain. Then another usage is, we can use this tense before another action in the past is a good way to show cause and effect. Like, Jason was tired because he had been jogging. Sam gained weight because he had been overeating. Betty failed in the final test because she had not been attending class. Okay, children. Next comes the difference between past perfect continuous and past continuous tense. You can see here, both past perfect continuous and past continuous can be used to talk about actions or events that were in progress at certain point of time in the past, while past continuous rarely shows continuity the past, but the past perfect continuous tense it also puts an emphasis on the idea of duration. So always there will be mention of time duration will be mentioned. However, it is mainly used to indicate the duration of past activity or state. Clear, children? Children, with this we have come to the end of this chapter. All the types of past tense has been explained go through the recorded video and do practice the exercises given in the textbook. Remember structures used for each type of past tense. Okay, and practice more, children. Any doubt, we will discuss in the live class. Okay, children. Thank you so much.